Welcome. In today's video, I'd like to discuss why I like to buy low and sell high. You know, looking at how the market works and operates, it's almost a wonder why everybody just doesn't admit to liking to buy high and sell higher. A lot of folks seem to be operating that way today in today's environment. And I haven't personally had success with that. How my mind works and how I see the economy, you know, for me, it's always better to come in and buy something that's already proven, but as depressed and is, you know, when things go down, usually the market's overreacting and you can get a deal on things. As the economy improves and you start seeing prices rising, you can really experience magnificent profits. You know, the problem is calling, if you're gonna buy low, how do you call a bottom? How do you tell when something's cheap? And then it's easy to sell higher from buying into a crash or coming out of a crash. But when you're buying things at all-time highs, it's like musical chairs. You're not quite sure when that's gonna kind of end and the music stops and you don't have a place to be and the price starts dropping and here you are kind of trapped in XYZ investment. And that's what I see, you know, basically happening with the stock market now. You know, it's at all-time record highs, and if somebody's trying to enter in the stock market now and thinks this is the best time to be in the market, you know, you really got to wonder, you know, are you going to be the kind of investor that buys things at all-time highs? So for me, you know, I like to buy things when it's at a low price and come back and sell it when it regains. And you know, when it's at a low price, nobody wants it. That makes it easy for me to get it. And when it's at a high price, I have no problem selling the shares, even a thinly traded penny stock all the way to a big blue chip S&P 500 stock. Or same with real estate. You know, how easy is it to buy a house when nobody's buying houses and everybody's just selling them? You know, they're going to do whatever for your business. And then if it's a seller's market and just everybody's trying to buy houses, and not only is the price high for you, but people are going to go out of your way. They might have a bidding war, or you know, realtors might do extra thing, no inspection on closing, or just et cetera, et cetera. You know, so for, you know, in my life, what I've found is a good principle that I try to invest by is buy low and sell high. And it's talked about a lot, but it's pretty difficult to do. You know, things are usually low for a reason. When something's low, oftentimes there's been mistakes or disaster in the sector or an emerging sector, and maybe it scares people out. Something that's real similar to what's going on now, maybe like retail. Everybody's scared of Amazon, so brick and mortar retailers are down. You know, is this an opportunity to buy low? You know, this isn't really investment advice on this channel, so you'd have to look into that yourself. But yeah, I'm always looking for ways that I can buy low and sell higher, knowing that I have the stomach to do so. It's not for everybody. You know, it sounds so easy. Oh, all I got to do is buy something when the purchase price is low and I'm going to make all this money. Well, you're going to read headlines is what you're going to do. You're going to open your phone or the newspaper and it's going to talk about all the bad things in your investment and how it's going nowhere, and maybe it's going to go bankrupt, and this time is different, and on and on and on. And it's tough to be the only one. You know, your friends, your co-workers, your media, common knowledge that folks have around you is all going to go against your investment. And it's kind of psychological. You know, you have to wonder, you know, am I really wrong? Is this really foolish? Am I going to take a big loss? And some of the ways that makes this topic a little bit easier to buy low and sell high is just making sure that, you know, you're not over leveraged. You don't have too much in a particular investment where there's really a super consequence hanging on you, ready to just get you, you know, if you're wrong about this one thing or something. You know, so you know, if you're going to buy low and sell high, one thing that I do is I make sure that I'm spread out a little bit, and then I'm just buying cheap things. That's what I like to do. You know, but oftentimes I see people running with trends. You know, everybody wants to hop on board something and not miss an opportunity, and In doing so, they're buying high in the hopes of selling higher in the future. A lot of times, these decisions are not made based on fundamentals. They're not made based on the world situation. It's just more of like a popularity push. A lot of people just invest with popularity or tips that they've heard when something is already ran up quite a bit. Yeah, everybody's talking about it. A lot of people have already made money in it, and now the public's get into it. Now people that don't even typically invest are trying to, hop in on this investment. Well, who's left after them? So if all the big institutions have bought in this thing, and all the investors have gotten into this thing, and now all the people that don't normally invest get into it, well, who after them, who is left to push it up even higher? I know in these bull markets things can go higher than anybody expects, but after the public gets in and the masses get in, and it's on top, there's almost only one way for it to go, unless it's coming out with new products or just in its infancy and growing. And I don't mind missing out on those. If I've bought low and it's gone up quite a bit and I sell high and it just keeps going higher, that's great. Like good for me and good for the company that or the investment, whether it's real estate or whatever. That's just great, all around win-win. But it's important to know that when things become a mania or people are getting overextended, that maybe it's time to start looking for the exits. You really haven't made anything on an investment until you sell. So just because you bought something and it like doubled in price or tripled in price, not for you, it didn't. You have to get some of that cash back. So I'm constantly going around surveying the market and looking for sectors and deals to find things, basically. And that's my approach to buying low and selling high. It takes a little bit of an iron stomach, but the returns have been really good for me in the past. And I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.